guys, today we are camping and cooking up 2 stew recipes, so stick around if you want to check out the different stews that we're making while we're camping with our families.
All while having a whole lot of fun.
Wait, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. We are one with nature. Hey Crock Posse, welcome to our camper kitchen. Woo-woo! So we have done something really crazy and we've got ourselves an RV trailer that I'm sure Mikey's going to show you some footage of how we've been learning to use that sometime during this.
Oh, get back on my side of the road.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
This is new.
Our battery's about to die. I hope we don't die before it does. We need the driver's ed version of towing a trailer. On
We need a Baptist minister praying for us in the back seat is what we need.
Oh my gosh. What the flip?
Please don't let there be any.
But this is our first time to actually cook with our camper kitchen, and we're kind of outside right now because it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Some noise just happened behind me. And so what we're getting ready to do is we're getting ready to take our families, Aunt Lou's family and my family, out to the corn maze and all that fun stuff. And so we want to have our crock pots cooking while we're gone so we can come home to something yummy. Yep. So we decided tonight is stew night, and Aunt Lou is making
cider pork stew.
Yes, a very fall kind of thing.
Yes.
And then I'm making a low-carb beef stew for my family. And then we'll of course share with whoever wants to eat whatever can.
You were scaring me with that knife. It is very big and you were waving it around.
Well, it's because she's making me chop her onion because she doesn't like the chopping.
And she's whining and whining about it. I don't get it.
So we're just going to kind of take you quickly through these recipes. You need to keep chopping.
I was going to say, can I keep working?
She's got a lot of vegetables she still has to chop.
And I am the slowest prepper ever.
Yes. Uh-oh, I got shut off again. Something's not right. Oh.
That's what that noise was.
I think we blew the thing. I think we need to go shut the air conditioning off to let this go.
Let it go.
Oopsie. Because I need to brown my beef.
I'm up in the truck.
Oh. Give me just a second. Maybe you can tell them the ingredients.
See, I'm not the only one that cuts myself.
1/8 of a thumb. Okay, so
That's really not an ingredient.
I'm really bad at peeling stuff. I actually have a really nasty scar, and it's from peeling an apple about 10-12 years ago. And I was actually using a peeler, and I still got a nasty scar. But for mine, we're kind of just doing what making it my own, because that's what I tell you guys to do all the time. And anyway, I'm just using whatever it is that I could find, because yeah, I couldn't find a pork shoulder roast, so I found a really awesome deal on pork tenderloin. And so I bought a great big pork tenderloin, used about 2.5 pounds for this, and then I took the other 2.5 pounds of it and I cut it into real thick chops, and it's going to be awesome for another recipe. Then next up, I've got my, actually I'm already done with those, yay, we can put them in. I've got my potatoes, and it's just 3 potatoes peeled and cut into cubes. So we're going to slide those in there. And then we love baby carrots, and the amount of carrots it called for, it's not going to cut it because my kids devour carrots and anything. So we're just going to use a whole pound of baby carrots. And I apologize for my voice. It's coming and going. And then, oh, we still got the onion slicing, but Chris is going to slice up a half an onion for me. And then I'm going to take 2 apples, and I'm going to peel them and just give them a quick chop. And then something that I'm really excited about with this recipe is that it has apple cider in it, and I don't know about you, but I love apple cider, And that's one of the things that first drew me to this recipe, was because it had cider in it. And I've never had a stew that I know of that has cider in it. So it's got a couple cups of cider, and then it calls for quick cooking tapioca uncooked. And which I get it, it's a thickener and everything, and I've used it before, but I just I don't, it's hard to find. Like, I know one of our stores carries it, but I can never find where it's at, and then I have to ask a manager because the regular Joe Schmo doesn't usually know. And so anyway, I'm decided that I'm just going to use like a cornstarch, the cornstarch trick, to just thicken it up so that I don't have to worry about going and buying tapioca just for this recipe. Then it also calls for caraway seed. Honestly, I don't know that I've ever used caraway seed, but we're going to give it a try and see what kind of flavor that adds into the mix. And then just salt and pepper. And then if you want fresh chives snipped, then you can serve those on top. That's just totally preference. But that's it. You can brown your pork if you want to, but it was crazy hectic trying to get out the door yesterday, so I didn't read that whenever I was packing my crock pots, and I didn't bring my browning one, so I'm just gonna go without the browning step because I don't want to have to do a second step. So we're gonna give it a try this way. I'm sure it'd be great browned, but it says coarsely chopped on your apple, so I'm just chopping it up and throwing it in.
Apples go really, really good with a pork dish.
You know, I know Chris has that apple autumn pork roast, and it's always looked so good, but I'm always so busy making other things from to put new stuff on the site that I don't always get to try every recipe that I want that she puts up. And so I'm excited to try this pork and apple cider. Like, I think it'll be really yummy. But yeah, you just throw it all together, you know, everything except your chives, because that's just for whenever you're, serving it, if you want it to look all purty. And, but you just so it's super simple once you get everything chopped up. And hopefully you're a lot faster at chopping things up than I am, because, again, I am the slowest prepper ever. And,
Hey, were you wanting me to be in this shop?
well, I was wondering, I kind of felt like I was doing a monologue. What's going on?
We're learning with camping and cooking on the go, and just in general, that everything is a learning experience. And so we we flipped a breaker thing that I had to go like check all the different places, and I figured it out. So we're good.
You're so smart.
No, I'm figuring it out. But are we ready for me to share?
I was gonna say, all I have left to say is you throw it in the slow cooker and then cover it and cook it for 10 to 12 hours on low if you need an all-day recipe, or it's 5 to 6 hours on high if you need it a little bit faster, and then you're good to go. And I'm almost there, folks. Do you see this? I've almost got a whole peel without breaking it. Our mom can do that like nobody's business. Potato, apple, doesn't matter. She can just do it. And me, yeah, not so much, but I'll probably break it before we're done. But go ahead and tell them about your recipe.
Alrighty, well, I have in Queasy over here, I have a couple tablespoons of bacon grease from this morning's bacon in here. You could use butter if you want another kind of fat. And I've got I got 2 pounds of stew meat. And then I have a half of an onion and salt and pepper, and I'm just gonna brown this to give it a little flavor to begin with. But yeah, we have a lid issue with my brand new Cris and Aunt that I was so excited about. The lid keeps falling, the handle keeps coming off, the gaskets keep like not working.
They just broke.
Yeah, so we're gonna figure out how to fix it ourselves when we're out and about today. But I'm just really disappointed that I've had it less than a month and it's already come apart a couple times. So, but let's make sure everything's cooking. I'm getting a little concerned. I don't have a spoon out here.
You know what, folks? I think she planned this so she wouldn't have to chop my onion.
Oh, I was gonna say, I chopped up everything before the breaker went off. I'm chopping her onion up for her.
Oh.
But for me, I have a small head of cabbage. I have a large zucchini chopped up. I have 12 ounces of chopped green beans. I have 16 ounces of cauliflower florets. Like I said, my 2 pounds of stew beef, a half of an onion, because we decided we'd split our onion, salt and pepper, and then I'm going to put in 4 cups of beef broth. And then to give it that beef stew tomato-y taste, I'm going to use my favorite marinara sauce in it. It's got chunks of tomato, and it's got also basil and garlic in here. You can taste all that. So that's going to give this kind of like a tomato-y beef stew flavor. Once I get my stuff browning, it's taking a minute. So I think it worked better if I had a lid that worked.
It just blew because you had it on the browning feature, because the slow cook feature shouldn't do that, right?
No, it was blowing because we had the air conditioner, the ice maker.
I forgot about the ice maker.
Yes, all kinds of stuff going on in there. We got to get used to our electricity use. Thank you, lovely assistant off camera. So we're gonna let this brown. Yeah, this would work better if I could put my lid on it, I'm sure.
Is there a way to rig it?
I'll do it this way.
Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, you need to put some celery in it. I think I'm just going to put like 1 stalk or whatever. One of these things, whatever you call it.
A rib.
Don't yell at me, because
People yell at her when she calls them stalks.
Apparently it's a very touchy subject. Ooh, careful.
Yeah.
And so I'm sorry if I offend you, but I just always called it a stalk of celery.
And if we're really scattered, don't worry, because we will put links to both of these recipes with clear and concise instructions.
No, you better follow our craziness to the T, or you won't know how to do it. Also, you're kind of getting an idea of a bit what it looks like whenever we have holidays down at Mom's house.
Yes.
Because just if you added Mom into this mix and a few kids screaming around our feet, then and ovens that were hot and stovetops going and about 6 slow cookers, then that would be basically
Right.
what it looks like on Thanksgiving and Christmas when we're trying to get everything together. But it's a lot of fun. Luckily for us, we like to cook.
This stuff all cooks a lot faster when we're in a kitchen, a real kitchen.
Yeah. But it's going pretty well.
You're gonna be done before I am.
Little sister wins.
Competition.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I'm just cooking. I'm just trying to get a little bit of a brown on this beef before I add all the liquid.
Okay, this calls for like exact measurements, and
we're not in an exact measurement kind
environment.
of place. Yes.
And honestly, like, if that's your thing, if it will
helpful.
drive you crazy to not have exact measurements, then go for it. Measure away. If you like using your great grandma's recipe that says a pinch and a dash, then pinch and dash away.
Totally. But these browning slow cookers, if their lids work, are very convenient to have whenever you're traveling, whether or not you're traveling down the road. And like our mom used to have a Coleman stove. I don't know what you're dumping on me.
It's condensation.
And she used to, when we would travel for vacation, she would stop and make us lunch.
Blueberry pancakes for
yes,
breakfast, although I think that was Dad.
Yeah. Well,
that was the one thing Dad would make.
Yeah. And so these browning slow cookers are very similar to that, in that you can cook while you're on the road. Like, you can stop at a rest stop and cook, or if you're staying in a hotel, you can cook. You can have your food cooking while you go out and play, or if you're camping like us, you can.
That smells really good.
Yeah, you can cook while you're before you leave, and leave it plugged in while you're gone.
Hey honey, can you get me a spoon?
And when you come back, you have your dinner all made for you already. Okay, I'm browned up pretty much here.
Oh shoot.
So I'm gonna switch to the slow cook setting, and I'm gonna put it on low, and I'm gonna let this cook for, you can take that over there.
But I wanna be in your space.
Mikey said you weren't supposed to cross the line.
I don't ever listen to Mikey anyway.
So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to dump the rest of my vegetables in here. So I've got a small head of cabbage chopped. We really like cabbage, so that's why you've got that much cabbage in there. If you like less, you could put like a cup. I've also got a large zucchini chopped. Again, if you like less, put about a half cup.
Shh. Okay, go up into the camper and Daddy will get you milk. And welcome to Miss Isla.
Miss Isla wants some milk.
Oh, thank you.
Alright, so I've added a large zucchini, a small head of cabbage. If you have a large head, I would use about half of that.
If you have a big head, use a different amount of cabbage.
Yeah. And so then I've got about 16 ounces of cauliflower. And the only reason I bought it in the bag already chopped up in the florets is because it was on sale. And so I was like, heck, I'll save that step and buy it for cheaper. So that's what I did. And then, like I said, 12 ounces. Are you all right?
What happened?
Octavius is tripping Michael.
Oh, Lord. While he's carrying Isla.
Chopped green beans or cut up green beans from the frozen section. And now I'm going to add my liquid, which is 4 cups of beef broth. This is Mikey's favorite part.
Okay, Chris, can I ask you a question real quick?
Sure.
Okay, so this called for 2 cups. And I'm hearing your recipe, and it's calling for 4 cups. And like, I don't feel like this has enough liquid in it, which I know the meat will add some juices to it. But do you think I should add in more cider? Because that was the only liquid added to it, and it was only 2 cups.
That's up to you. Mine's got a significant amount, and I'm about to add another, I think.
See, I think I want to add another 2 cups. And y'all, this is how it works. Like, when I have a recipe that I'm trying out or making up or whatever, I call her and I'm like, Chrissy, what do you think? And she always says, do what you want to do. And I'm going to add more.
I think you go with your gut and you figure it out. And then if it doesn't work, you will see little words across the bottom of this screen that say, we tested it a different way, and this is how it really works, like you see from us sometimes. So this has 3 cups of marinara sauce. And this is that low-carb marinara sauce for those of you that are eating low-carb. My goal anytime I make anything low carb is to make it so that the other people around me who aren't eating low carb,
that I would like it,
will still like it, and I think they're still gonna like my beef stew. So I'm gonna put this whole jar in here. This is the only recipe I've ever used the whole jar of this in, but I think it's gonna be worth it with all that yummy beef down in there. And this is gonna make tons of beef stew. So you locked your dad outside?
Isla is my girl with personality.
Alrighty, so what you will probably see from us next, because
all I have to do is go figure out where I put the caraway seed and throw just a teaspoon of that in, and I'm done. I just have to cover and cook on low for 10 to 12 hours, and which will be about perfect by the time we drive over there, have fun, and drive back and stuff. So, and oh my goodness, this smells good. And I'm just thinking, like the apple cider, that is going to give a great flavor to the stew, but it's also going to just make that pork super, super tender.
Yes.
And so,
I'm
kind of excited.
I've got a very traditional smelling beef stew going on over here, even though we've used a couple different ingredients. The cauliflower is going to give us kind of like that potato-like flavor. I think the green beans are going to be a yummy addition, and then I love cabbage in my beef stew. So added a little bit more salt. We can add some later. I'm going to put my faulty lid on here until we get back and I can fix it. Oh my! Oh, we're blown away now. So thank you so much for joining us. So when you see us again, it's probably going to be a lot darker. We might be inside. I don't know where we'll end up being. But
ooh, I wonder if we could do like the lights and everything.
We'll have to see. So we're going to have this cooking, and then when we get back from our adventures today, our families will be able to enjoy some low-carb beef stew and some pork cider stew.
Yeah, that too.
We'll see you in a little bit.
See you in a bit.
Back. We got rained out in our corn maze. We got soaked when we ran to the store.
We got told to stay in the store because of a tornado watch.
That's what happens, like craziness. So we got back and both of our slow cookers had an hour or two left. Aunt Lou's potatoes are still a little tough, and so we've got a hungry group of people. But this is where these Browning slow cookers come in handy, because my cabbage was still a little tough, and so I flipped it over to brown saute, and now it's been about 15 minutes, and now my vegetables are all tender. So
mine are.
What we might even do, because we have a whole 2 families full of hungry people right now.
Everybody say hi.
Is we might go on and pour mine out of this and rinse it out, and then let Aunt Lou's soup or stew go in here, so we'll have both of them ready for everybody. But I'm gonna go ahead and taste test, and you're gonna taste test besides your potatoes? Or
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and taste test my meat and like the juices that are with it.
Right.
And
we have repaired our lid temporarily, and we're getting ready to permanently repair it. But yeah, this is
that looks so good.
Yummy.
yeah, and then this back here, this is what it looks like all together. And at the end, you can do the cornstarch trick if you want it thicker. If you like it as it is, you can leave it as it is. Just make it your own.
Yep. So
I need a fork, please.
there's your fork.
Thank you.
Get a little bit of a few different things here, and try not to burn myself.
Oh, that smells good.
Yeah, this camper smells so good right now. All right, Lou's got a winner.
Winner. Pork stew dinner.
Pork cider stew dinner.
Wow, that flavor is amazing.
Low carb beef stew. 2 thumbs up. So I'm very excited, and now we're probably going to get attacked by the rest of this trailer if we don't start feeding people. So
Especially the cameraman.
thanks for joining us. And
Hey guys.
Mikey says that if you keep watching, right? Is that right?
What am I supposed to say? Isn't this like a 2-part thing?
Oh my gosh. You keep watching,
and
we'll keep cooking.
And all
will be well. Bye. It's been a long day. Hey guys, this week, or not this week, sorry. Hey,
She's tired.
ow!
And I'm hurting her. Have you guys ever seen us on the screen together?
Me?
She's so pretty.
You gotta wait till action.
Hey guys. 2 stew recipes? Crap.
2 stew recipes for you today.
Okay, do I get to talk at all?
No.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hey guys, Aunt Lou here today with my favorite sister.
Oh, Chris.